What is wrong with everybody? Seriously? Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the gaming channel and to Streaming Wednesdays. Who have we got in the chat room? Giratina is here. Hello to you. Lord Rassilon is here. Hello to you too. And the DTS Workshops, he says, since it's Sherlock Holmes tonight, really this should say elementary, my dear Watson. Never said. It was never said in the original Conan Doyle stories. I did think about it, but it annoyed me so much I chose to go with a phrase that does appear multiple times in the Sherlock Holmes stories, which is, you know my methods, Watson. Yeah. Anyway, how are we all doing? I can see there's 7 people watching, so statistically at least 4 of you are lurkers. So, do say hello. So I'm just opening my sparkling water. I got tiny bottles of it for this exact situation. Nice. Excellent. My wife is here. That's her there with the bunny. Anyway, how are we all doing? I hope we're not all too depressed about life, because I certainly am. Jesus. Yeah. I think everybody took the stupid pills yesterday, didn't they? Yeah. Not all you can say about it, really, is there? I think it's a mistake, by the way, to sit here and say... We are talking about the US election, by the way, in case that wasn't immediately obvious. I think it's a mistake to say, oh, only idiots and racists voted for Trump. Oh, God, all those idiots and racists, all those people that are so bad. It's like, no, he didn't win because obscenely terrible people voted for him. He won because he convinced perfectly normal, average, frightened and hopeful people to vote for him. This is the mistake people keep making. Extremists aren't the only ones who vote. The poor sods in the middle who look at what someone is offering and go, actually, I quite like some of the things this guy has to say. And the current guy's not exactly done much better. Let's try something else. I'm still going to be horribly judgmental about it, but I think it's a mistake to, just say, oh, this is because extremists did this, that. No, you're feeding into the narrative there. What went wrong is he had better things to say than the other person. For a lot of people. Most people who vote are scared and confused, and they just want to know that they can live their life in peace, earn a living, and not have to worry about stuff. Not all the Nazis voted for Hitler because he said, oh yes, I want to take over the world and I want to murder millions of people. No, people voted for him because he was promising to make the economy better, undo all of the horrendous stuff that had been done to Germany as a result of the peace treaty after World War I. Normal, ordinary people. Enable evil. Angry depressed is I'm not doing 4 more years of torture to ruin my life. Yeah. He's a dreadful person. And the people behind the throne are dreadful people too. Yeah, it's going to be a rough 4 years. All we can do is try and do our little bits to make the world a better place. So, just be kind to one another for God's sake, because those bastards won't be. Anyway. Anyway. Greetings, everybody. Celestial Toymaker says, life, don't talk to me about life. Yeah, he's not going to go to jail. The first thing he's going to do on inauguration day is pardon himself for everything. That's what it's ultimately all been about. And he's just going to get away with the same nonsense he did 4 years ago. Yeah. It sucks, okay? I couldn't not acknowledge it. It sucks, but we are where we are. We all got to deal with it. So, and that's a hard pill to swallow. I'm not especially happy about it myself, because believe it or not, although I'm not an American, this stuff affects us over here. So, yeah, it was the topic of conversation in the House of Commons today. So, you know, it's because of stuff like that that's enabled all the nonsense we have over here. So, anyway, let's not dwell on it. We are where we are. What will be, will be. Nothing we can do about it. Just be decent to each other. Right, let's move swiftly on and talk about what we're doing this evening, because, as you may have surmised from the title, we're doing some Sherlock Holmes. This is a game called The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. I've been listening to the audiobooks at work recently, that as read by Stephen Fry, and enjoying reacquainting myself with Sherlock Holmes. And I remembered this was in my Steam library. It's not brilliant, but I thought it might be a laugh. So let's go do some detective work. Anyway. Yes. Frogware. That's old school game company, that. Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Ooh. Exciting. Right. And we open on... What's this, a loft? It looks like a loft. And... Okay, there appears to be some jars of indeterminate items. And a small child. What would it be like if Sherlock Holmes meets the Doctor? Big Finish did an adaptation of a novel that exactly did that. I can't remember what it was called now. I'll look it up in a minute. Oh, a hat. I'm fairly sure that child is wearing denim. Yeah, this does not look like Victorian times. Okay, this is, yeah, definitely not Victorian times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that child is doing planes. That's, yeah, this isn't contemporary at all. My goodness. Ooh, puppets. Is the child going to break the puppet? Yes, he is. The child has broken the puppet.
Ooh.
And there is... the puppet has been stabbed. What? That's ruddy mysterious.
Oh, look! It's a book!
A book stuffed in a puppet, obviously.
Maybe it's a book about pirates with a treasure map.
Given the title of the game and looking at the puppet show behind you, I'm going to suggest it's not.
So. I wish that I had seen through all your lies. Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle.
I like her.
And so I decided to pick up my pen to relate the most disturbing episode of my life thus far.
It all began early one morning in 1898, when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on a visit to the Marquis of Conyngham.
Okay, this feels more Sherlocky. That boy looks like he's from Royston Vasey. I was thinking that.
Watson, my dear fellow, we can now go and inform the Marquis that we have found the Samoan necklace, and very much faster than Inspector Baines, too, which pleases me.
Have you really solved the theft, Holmes? And so quickly?
I have indeed, Watson. And believe me, it was completely unnecessary to spread out all over London, as our friend Baines thought was best. He likes to boast that his methods are equal to mine, but once again the outcome has contradicted him.
After all these years of accompanying you upon your investigations, I thought that by now I should be reasonably capable of following your train of thought. But in this particular case, I must admit that I don't understand anything at all.
Ah, you see, but you do not observe, Watson. There lies the difference. It is a matter of course.
A matter of course? In the middle of the night, when everyone is fast asleep, the service bell within that room rings out and alerts the servants. They dress quickly and come running. But the door is locked and there is a strong smell of burning from within.
Holy
A few seconds
exposition,
later,
Watson!
The master of the house himself, the robbed Marchioness's husband, the Marquis of Conyngham, arrives and unlocks the door using the sole key. A fire has started inside the room, but they have managed to arrive in time to put it out. It is at that moment that the Marquis realizes that the famous Samoan necklace, which had been safe within its glass cabinet only a few hours earlier, has now disappeared.
In
Dun,
order
dun,
to
dun.
explain, let us confirm my theory before the arrival of Inspector Baines.
Ah, we're in Tutorial Town, I see. We've already solved the mystery. So now we're going to work out what it was that happened. Look at the broken showcase and click on it. Hold on. That's that bit over there, okay.
This window was cut with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece of work. This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint upon the window.
Okay. So we have interacted with clues. After clues examine, the icon will turn green. Please move Sherlock Holmes to near the left window. There we are. Now, and
All
look,
the windows
another
are
clue.
locked. They've not been forced.
Enter examination mode with multi-zone. Press.
A mark, undoubtedly made by a diamond. Someone tried to cut the glass, but he was interrupted.
Therefore, the thief tried to escape through the window, but he was interrupted.
So far, so obvious. Go to the chimney. So let's see. We need the magnet. Oh, do we need the? Hold on. See the hand.
This window was cut with a diamond.
See how
Hang on. Sorry, we just did that. Come on. This is a very janky game. Hold on. There we are. We've picked up the magnifying glass. Right. Open your inventory by clicking the right mouse button. Can do. And then.
This window was cut.
Yeah. We covered that. Near the piano, some music scores are on the floor. And there we are. So we'll look at those.
Let us examine the crumpled score.
Look for clues. Cluing for looks. Let's see here. Anything of interest here?
Nothing of interest here. These sooty prints were left by a tiny...
I don't understand why these music scores are covered with soot.
Okay. Switch to first person mode. Okay. Okay, blah blah blah. Press R to switch to point and click mode. Oh, I see. Oh, yes, it's all very adventure gamey now. Okay. Okay. Press R. Right. Okay. We have done tutorializing. I'd like to move on. Oh, press space to activate Sixth Sense. You can now search for other clues in the room. There we are. There's footprints.
Heading towards
and
his
such.
chosen escape route, probably the window, the thief knocked over the stool, which then caught fire.
But why didn't he try to put the fire out at once?
Very old, I think. I'm not 100% certain. Let's see. Right. Let's go into first person mode. I feel like that's going to serve us better.
Footprints. You are not going to get on your knees to examine them.
There is no need. It is soot. The servants must have trodden in it while they were putting out the fire.
There we are. And over
The fire started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord would have had his feet in the fire, unless it was pulled before the fire started.
Okay, and
The chest wasn't opened. The necklace wasn't in it.
any more for any more. There is something on the table.
These
there
documents
as well.
are not very interesting, even though they're addressed to the Minister of Maritime Affairs.
The
Ooh.
Marquis himself.
Okay, any more for any more? Let's see. Missed something on the
Strange.
mantelpiece.
There are some objects here that have been knocked over.
Okay, fascinating deductions there. I've just looked up the Big Finish story, by the way. It's called All-Consuming Fire. It's Sylvester McCoy and Sherlock Holmes, played by
Candle.
Nicholas Bridge.
It must have fallen from the chandelier.
Interesting. Anything of any note? The door. We've got to look
When
at
the
door.
servants arrived at the door, having been alerted by the bell, they saw evidence of the theft and the fire, but they didn't see the thief.
This door is very hard to force. The Marquis is the only person to have the key. The thief could not get out through here until eventually, when the door was opened by the servants.
Interesting.
What
right.
do you think, Holmes?
Let us search the room before the police get here. We might throw some light onto all
I mean,
this.
I feel like we've done a thorough search, unless we've missed something. Hold
This
on.
draft screen makes an ideal hiding place.
As the theft was committed at night, I conclude that the thief hid himself behind the draft screen and waited until he was alone in the room.
I mean, so far so obvious. Let's see, have I missed anything in particular? The
Not
fish
very
tank.
well kept, this aquarium. I can see a dead fish floating on the surface.
Oh, interesting. Right. What is that? Have I missed anything? Apparently I have, because the game is not moving on. So, what's going on here? Oh, look at the low resolution view out of the window. Ooh, we've already looked at the crack. The chandelier. Hold on. I think we've uncovered everything that there is to uncover. Unless I'm missing something blindingly obvious. There's a metronome there. Music sheets on the floor. Was there more to look at with the music sheet, possibly? Hold on. Where's my magnifying glass got to? Hang on, let's see. Okay, oh god, menus and such. Okay, right, let's see.
Candle.
Okay, so candle, fine. Matches. I mean, can we? I'm really not following what the game expects from this point. I really do feel that we've uncovered all there is to uncover. Blah blah blah. Sooty footprints, etc. Done that. Window. Ah, hold on. No, we've done the window. Let's see.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Okay. Another window.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Is that everything now? That should be everything. I thought it was, at any rate. Right, back into here. Pocket knife. No, I don't think we need the pocket knife right now. Right, let's see. Ah, down here.
Strange. There aren't any prints. Yet I'm sure that the thief hid here.
There we are. Oh!
Mr. Holmes.
All right, copper.
You're already here.
Good morning, Inspector. You've arrived just in time.
Scotland Yard arrives like the cavalry, always in the nick of time. Ah, but I know that satisfied expression, Mr. Holmes. Have you already solved the case?
Yes.
It's possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps. He is a true acrobat. But what I cannot understand is that when the servants entered the room, there was no one to be seen. An acrobat, perhaps, but an invisible one? I do not think so.
The only explanation is that the thief escaped before the servants arrived. I don't know how, but there is no other way.
Half a point for the doctor, nil for the inspector.
I am pleased to see that you find the situation amusing, Mr. Holmes. Very well then, explain.
Dr. Watson was correct when he mentioned acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat. As for you, Baines, you're quite incorrect, as the thief was in the room when the servants entered.
Explain, for heaven's sake, Mr. Holmes.
Watson, how could a thief be missed in the middle of 8 men?
I don't know. Because he is very small? Stop teasing us, Holmes.
Exactly, because he is small and remarkably agile.
A child!
A monkey?
And a trained monkey, at
Ah,
that,
of course.
without a doubt, a Leontopithecus rosalia from Central America. The animal had been hidden inside the room for several hours, calmly awaiting the signal from his master. Once night had fallen and the room was empty, a high-frequency whistle alerted the monkey that it was time to begin the procedure for which he had been trained. The monkey emerged from his hiding place and used the point of a diamond to open the glass cabinet and steal the necklace. He headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull, thus alerting the house servants. He then went to the window and began to use his diamond to cut a hole, but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor, before hiding inside the chandelier, knocking over a candle. Finally, the servants and the Marquis entered the room, leaving the door open while they put out the fire. It was during the confusion that our agile little thief made his escape through the doorway. As simple as that.
Oh,
A
simple,
brilliant
right?
explanation. Bravo, Holmes.
And the necklace?
I can see it from here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we unable to find it?
Because we paid insufficient attention to the only victim of this affair.
What victim? No one is
The
dead?
fish!
Yes, Watson, a poor goldfish whose destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces in England.
The aquarium is just beneath the chandelier. I understand.
The little monkey had likely hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium, where they remain now.
Roll your sleeve up at least, man. There it is.
Marquis, here is your necklace, intact, just a little wet.
Mr. Holmes, this brilliant demonstration does credit to your reputation.
Thank you so much, Marquis. Do you wish to verify the authenticity of your jewel?
No, I recognize it. I have spent many hours admiring it, you know.
Good. I will return it to its box, and
Inspector, a bank has just been held up. You must follow me at once. Orders of Scotland Yard.
What times?
Sirs, duty calls. My regards, Marquis. And well done again, Mr. Holmes.
there, the necklace is in its box. We've lost enough time here. Let's go home, Watson.
Ah, very well, as you wish. A good day to you, Marquis.
With pleasure, gentlemen. And once again, thank you.
Goodness me. Hello, the Tide Scott. Nice to see you. Yes, it does look a little bit janky, doesn't it? I'm enjoying it in a it's not terrible but not good kind of a way.
This morning's newspaper. Holmes, have you read this article about you?
No, Watson, not yet, and I won't have time to.
Read it before you leave. It's outrageous.
Oh, outrageous
Furious.
newspapers. Okay, let's see here. Sherlock Holmes at the home of the Marquis of Conyngham. The investigation is a fiasco. Yesterday, the celebrated detective was invited to the manor of the Marquis of Conyngham to supply his conclusions following his investigation into the disappearance of a priceless Samoan necklace. Ooh. It should be recalled that the lady called in the detective after the police appeared flummoxed in the face of the astonishing circumstances surrounding the theft. Indeed, the valuable piece of jewellery disappeared while the door to the room in which it was displayed was locked. The alarm was raised by the servants, alerted by the room service bell ringing out during the night. When the Marquis, the only person in possession of the key, opened the door, everyone rushed in to extinguish a fire that had started. Before it was noticed, the necklace had mysteriously vanished. The most astonishing factor is that no thief was found in the room, and all the exits were closed. As usual, Mr. Holmes resolved the case in the twinkling of an eye, and the jewel was recovered. I will not waste my time on the various explanations as to the disappearance, because I would prefer to your attention, dear readers, to the last surprising developments of the case. Following the departure of Sherlock Holmes, who placed the necklace in the safe himself, the Marquis noticed that the jewel was nothing but a poor copy of the original. Let it not be forgotten that the Samoan necklace, although plain and without ornament, is unique because of the rarity of its pearls. Someone has half-inched it. Pearls which are found only in the small part of the lagoon of the archipelago of the same name, and to which scientists attribute their exceptional quality to the strong density of crystal argonites that are made of. The priceless necklace, brought here at the beginning of the century by Lord Fenton Arwick, the Marquis's grandfather and eminent explorer, should have been part of her daughter's dowry for her marriage to the Duke of Newcastle. So I'm going to place a simple question. Should we not, in all open-mindedness, ask ourselves if the necklace was not simply in deliberate exchange for a fake by Mr. Holmes himself? Dun dun dun. The correct answer to your question, the DTS Workshops, is Jeremy Brent, who did the ITV Sherlock ones. He is the definitive Sherlock Holmes, the best, and I will not hear anyone say otherwise. He's the best contemporary Holmes, anyway. Jeremy Brent, sorry, not Brent. Anyway, yes, the definitive Sherlock Holmes. I'm aware, dear readers, that the brutality of this question, without any preconceptions, may certainly shock some of you, but the facts are there, and our thoughts and judgments should not be confused with the regard that we all share for the famous detective. It's not the first time that the Globe Explorer has expressed its reservations as to Sherlock Holmes' methods. Do we not forget our counter-investigation into the escape of Arsène Lupin, the Frenchman who took malign pleasure in tarnishing the image of our royal family and who, by lucky chance, managed to elude capture by Mr. Holmes. At the time, we did not hesitate to blah, blah, blah. What a ridiculous hit piece. Anyway.
Prince Woodville, French culinary expert and bagpipe player, might be our next king. That's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
He's a journalist,
You
it's
know,
their
Watson,
job.
that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard. Come in, Inspector Baines, the door's open.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How did you know I was here?
You are one of our rare visitors who avoids the second-to-last step of the stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Have you read that rag?
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information, but it's true. About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
Oh, wouldn't
The
you
necklace
now?
is a forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes returned it to its place.
Mr. Holmes, the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive and subjective articles. In any case, the Marquis assures us that you were the last person to have the necklace in your hands.
Let's return to the Marquis's house, Holmes. I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
Oh, it's the dancing
It is
men in the
unnecessary.
background. Nice
Such
touch.
allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our attention to the matters in hand.
Perhaps you are right, Holmes.
Necklace.
Inspector, I assume that you have the fake necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm or deny putting this fake in the box.
Can't that wait? I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. And the Marchioness?
She is beside herself. Without the necklace, her marriage is compromised. It is the principal item of the young woman's dowry.
What a lovely marriage.
Let's examine
Holmes,
it.
Forgive me for insisting, but don't you want to examine the fake jewellery?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this appalling article.
And there's the bullet
If you
holes in the
allow me,
background.
Inspector.
Nice.
My guest.
Very well.
So this has clearly been made by somebody who knows their Sherlock, which is fair enough. Right, let's have a look at this thing. Find out if the necklace is authentic or not.
This pearl is a different colour. These 3 pearls are of poor quality.
See anything else spring to mind? Let's see here. Let's see. Sixth Sense. There we are. That
This
one's a
pearl
different
is
size.
too small. It is not in its place. Too many defects. This necklace is a fake. This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
Yes, how is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
I have absolutely no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw some light on this affair.
Ooh.
Holmes.
You may accompany me, Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Goodbye, Inspector. You mentioned a bishop, didn't you? Are we going to his home?
Yes, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address on our map of London on my desk. Would you get it for me, please?
All right, Holmes.
Okay, I'm now Dr. Watson. Okay, fine. Bullet holes in the wall. Let's see. Yes, that's the Riddle of the Dancing Men. Chemistry set. Don't recognise that artwork. Reichenbach Falls there, presumably. That would be the assumption.
And this is how...
Yeah. Oh dear. Let's open this. Ah, the bedroom. Right. Let's see. Ah, the deerstalker. Excellent. Coats and hats and things. Various bits of makeup for Holmes's disguises. Looking out onto the back of Baker Street. Ooh, pigeons. This is fascinating, I must say. And this must be Dr. Watson's bedroom. Indeed it is.
Here is where I write my stories about Holmes's cases.
Nice. Right, map. Map of London. That
I have
looks like a
found
map.
your map.
So that's going to be that one there. Okay, let's head over to the Diocese of Knightsbridge. Sherlock was fantastic. I've always adored it.
The police? Already? How did you know?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course. But come in.
What has happened, Reverend?
What?
I don't know. It was last night, I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery. My God. How horrible. I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
Holmes, look!
Oh!
The Bishop.
Oh, dear
Appallingly
God.
mutilated.
How dreadful.
Mutilated. And killed. He was such a good man. How could anyone be so brutal? Look at him. He is barely recognizable now. How could any of God's children be responsible for that?
They were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave, and not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help. If you allow us to continue our
I
investigation,
kind of like that.
then you shall have the answers.
I would be honoured to play Dr. Watson, but who would be my Holmes, do we think?
I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one. Therefore, we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes. I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very clever deduction board.
Oh,
One thing we
tutorial
can be
time.
sure of at the moment is that this crime was not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen, and indeed, it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
Wealth. The Bishop didn't know anything of value, not even in his safe. Okay. Right, let's see.
A broken phial and blood near the neck.
What a strange smell. Phew. Chemical components, I think.
This stove is filled to overflowing.
Examine the body. We might need our... not our magnifying glass, apparently, because apparently we don't have it with us. Where's our magnifying glass got to? Couldn't find it last time either. Right, let's see.
You can see by his expression that he suffered terribly.
Oh dear.
His mouth is covered in blood, and I can make out strips of skin between his teeth.
Oh dear, it's a bit grisly.
You can see by
His mouth.
Let's see here.
his chest has been lacerated, I would say, with a very sharp and fine blade.
Oh goodness. Ah!
The fingers
Deeply
have been
unpleasant.
crushed and violently struck.
Ah! Most unpleasant. Dear oh dear.
His forearms have been ripped. Pieces of skin have been torn off. What do you think, Watson?
I'd say that he was eaten alive. Yet I've noticed a curious degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
My dear friend, everything points to this man having gnawed at his own forearms.
Oh!
That's unbelievable, Holmes.
Okay. I think we'll move on from the body for a moment. Although, hang on a minute, we need to examine
These burns are terrible.
chemical burns, I suspect.
His feet have been burned.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9 shoe.
Oh God!
You! But what does it matter, Holmes?
A finger. Apparently it doesn't belong to the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
How dreadful.
Oh dear. Well, this is most unpleasant. Okay, right. Let's just move our investigation
Something
to
is missing
elsewhere.
here.
Oh, yes? And what might that be?
His shoes. Watson, his shoes are missing.
Right.
A broken bottle of whiskey. However, the Bishop of Knightsbridge was known for his sobriety.
Interesting. Make our way around here.
There is blood on this paperweight.
Oh.
This paperweight was used to crush the victim's fingers.
Oh, that's unpleasant. Okay. Is that relevant in any way? I don't know. Possibly. Windows. Continue our exploration of the room and try not to look at the blood. Oh, hold on. Here we go.
A whip?
No, it is a discipline for self-flagellation. This metal rod is for fastening the chilies. It's a cilice designed to bruise the person wearing it. This very pious man must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
Some very strange people out there. Right. Close that up. Over here. Oh, safe.
Impossible to open it. Impossible to... Reverend, I'm missing something. An implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No, go to the devil.
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone, it will be to a representative of the law and no one else.
Right. Okay then. Let's see. Anything else?
This door has not...
To His Excellency's room. There is just a mattress and a stool.
Right. Let's see. few bits
The
and bobs.
bishop's bedroom. It is very austere. Nothing in particular here.
Right.
Closed. The veranda door hasn't been forced. Strange. Reverend, might I have the key?
No! You have no authority here. Let me call the police.
Perhaps we should listen to him, Holmes.
Perhaps you should let me get on with this, Watson.
Okay. Blood
A
over
surgical scalpel covered in blood. There isn't any doubt. The wounds on the bishop were administered with this scalpel.
Okay, let's see here. It's an organ, I think.
Watch where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Well, yes, those muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide more vital information than the very best of informants.
Yes, if you know how to make them talk, that is.
It's child's play, Watson. We will begin by excluding the contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we came in, and those of our dear Reverend who was so impatient to call the police. Size 9. Size 9.5. Size 9. Nothing of interest. Size 9.5. Size 9. That's not right. Start again.
3.
Perfect. We...
What did the prince do? One man joined those who were already in. One man left the room wearing different shoes.
Strange but true. One of the crooks was wearing a different pair of shoes when he left here. Therefore, we have 3 men who came in and left again. But one of them was wearing a different pair of shoes from the ones which he came in with.
Interesting.
So, all we have to do is look for a workman who likes Italian shoes.
Oh, goodness me. Okay. Let's have a little look in our inventory here. Let's see. Deductions. Right. Veranda. Veranda wasn't searched. Chest. Murders were unable to open the safe. Bishop's shoes are missing. One of the murderers left wearing the bishop's shoes. Let's see. Hang on. The murderers were looking for something specific. Okay, chest. Murderers were unable to open the safe. Right. Okay, we're building deductions here. So. One of the murderers sells shoes, the murderers are poor, one of the murderers came back for his shoes. Possibly. Let's see. One of the murderers came back for his shoes. The murderers were going to be something specific. The bishop's murderers were hired by someone. The murderers searched for bishop's shoes. I'm not sure how confident I am on that score.
I cannot leave now.
Another look down here if we possibly can. Let's see.
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a labourer's shoe. Hobnail boots like those worn by labourers. A fragment of stone. Peculiar.
Okay, I think we've seen everything we need to see regards the footprints. What's over here? Right, let's talk to the Reverend.
You have no right to search here.
What do you think, Holmes?
I think a lot of things. I think this is ruddy mysterious. Right, let's see.
A bottle of whiskey. I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
It would seem that the brutes who tortured the bishop to death were intoxicated with alcohol.
Okay. Ah.
The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander of the infantry brigade of Her Majesty's Guards at Waterloo.
The Bishop of Knightsbridge has the same name as his ancestor, an illustrious family.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Closed. I need...
There's an implement we need for that. Oh, hold on. Oh, hello. Hold on, what are these? Da-da-da-da-da-dum. There's got to be something else. What am I missing? Help me out here, chat. I feel like I've missed something. No, it's just that over there. Okay.
This stove is filled... This stove...
Let's see. Stone fragment, broken flask, the finger. Oh, God. Yeah, I'd forgotten about the finger. What does it all mean? I'm very confused. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's something else to find with the body.
The fingers have been...
Yeah, no, we covered that. We covered the fingers, didn't we? Let's not worry about that too much. Inventory.
The fingers have...
His stomach is covered in
So, these wounds...
Well, we knew that because that's all to do with his thingy in the thing majig inventory. Yeah, let's not worry about that for now. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hang on, we missed something. What did we miss? What have we missed?
his stomach.
So,
right, okay, hold on a second. Right. Right. Hang on. Ah, I'm lost. I'm lost now. I think I've got it vaguely figured out, but right, yeah. See, that's all to do with that. Anything in here? No. Let's see. Why is that finger still in my inventory? Let's at least select the pocket knife, for goodness sake. Right. Let's see here. Let's head back to the deduction board. And see, I think something's around there. Penitence. He was used to paying. Bishop gnawed at himself. Flask. Broken flask has some blood on its top. Murderers tortured the bishop with broken glass. I think that's a fair assumption.
a bottle of...
I think it's really just the veranda we need to worry about.
Closed.
I think we need to get in there, don't we? How can we get in there? Do I need to...
You have no...
No. Okay. What about behind here? Every time I walk over here, I get a little ding. Is that... It's this.
Impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible to open it because we don't have the right equipment, but... Still something with the body that we're missing. Hold on.
This poor man.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
My God, Holmes.
My God, this man was horribly tortured. You're just now realising this, Watson. Fat lot of good you are. Let's see.
These birds.
I think I just got a pea super achievement. Oh,
A piece
hold on.
of rope.
I missed the rope. That's what I missed. Okay. Okay. I think you're right. I think Watson might be a bit dim, but then so am I. Right. Must be something else. We've got all of the clues from this corner. There must be something in his room that I've missed. Hold on. Anything with the footprints? No. No, I am at a loss here, people. I don't know what to do now. Let's see. Right, hang on. Go back to the deduction board. Let's see. Torture. Victim was savagely tortured. The bishop resisted torture. Murderers were unable to open the safe. The murderers didn't get what they wanted. The murderers wanted to steal from the bishops. The murderers are poor. They left wearing the bishop's shoes. The murderers were hired by
It is
someone.
evident that the
There
Bishop
we
of
go.
Knightsbridge's killers were after something specific, and that they did not find it. Reverend, I shall ask you one more time. Open the chest. The item they were seeking must still be inside. It is unlikely that they will let this matter rest. They will most certainly return to finish what they started.
And I'm telling you once more, the chest is locked and shall remain so.
Very well. We have reached an impasse. You are a stubborn man, Reverend. Watson, accompany our friend to the police station and return with Inspector Baines. Baines and no one else. I shall wait for you here. Go. Alone at last. Now I can continue my investigation.
You crafty devil. Right, now.
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see. I need something.
We have a thing, don't we? There's a thing in our inventory that we could use for that. Like that, for instance.
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
Hang on.
That's not right. Start again.
Okay, straight and then down.
That's not right.
No, okay, hold on. Hold on a second. Right, down. And then up again.
That's not right.
Oh, God, this is tedious. Hang on. Oh, there's 3 segments. That's why I'm an idiot. Ignore me. Right, and then like that.
There we are. It is simplicity itself.
There we go.
There isn't anything much in this room. It must be used as a reading or meditation room.
Indeed.
An ink stain, quite fresh. This stain is just on the edge of the rug.
If you get stuck, go to
See,
YouTube, search
there
a
is nothing
gameplay
on the
video of
floor,
the game and copy.
yet the ink must have soaked
don't
through
copy
the rug.
this one. Okay.
This inkwell was
inkwell.
tipped over recently.
See anything else in here of use? Not immediately.
An ink stain. The ink stain on the floor comes from the ink on the rug.
Rug's been moved.
But they are not in
okay.
the same place. Someone has moved the rug recently. There is nothing on the floor, yet the ink must have soaked through the rug.
So the rug has been rotated. Interesting. Don't believe there's anything else of use in here. Doesn't appear there is. Yeah, we've checked the floor, checked the rug.
That is curious.
Oh!
There's something strange on the floor. Certain stones have been marked out, just like a chessboard.
Oh.
That is curious. There is some... I need something. That is... I need...
I wonder if the stone fragment might be of use here.
That is curious. There is some... I need something.
Not the stone fragment then, okay. What about...
That is... I need some...
Anything else in here? Not at the moment. Okay, let's go back and have a look in here. 'Cause there might be something in here that we've missed. In the meantime, don't look at the corpse. What to do? What to do? Oh, hang on. In here, possibly? No. It's got to be that room. Has to be.
That is... I need something.
Rope, matches, scalpel, finger.
That is... I need...
Not the finger. Okay then.
That is... I need something.
Yes, but what? What do you need, Holmes? Could you be a little bit more helpful, possibly? Is there something on the desk? Oh, could we take one of these items,
Nothing of it.
possibly? No. No, nothing here. Okay. Let's see. Anything on or near the desk that could be useful? No. Okay. Pokers? No. Gotta be something in that room. Has to be.
That I need. That I need. This inkwell, the inks.
I am very confused. Do we possibly need to go into the deductions again? Let's have a look. Okay. Bishop resisted torture, blah blah blah. We did all this already, didn't we? Veranda wasn't searched. Okay, quit. I need something for the stone floor, but I don't know what. Anyone like to chip in at this point? Because I'm lost. I would make a rubbish detective. Let's see. stand back and look at the room again. We've looked over here. Oh, hold on. Oh, is it to do with...
I am missing... These traces reveal...
Hang on.
Impossible. I am missing...
Is it something to do with that, possibly? The thing on the floor? No. Okay, let's have a little rummage in here. Anything around the back of the chair? No. Oh dear. Ugh. Deeply unfortunate. Anyway,
Alone.
yes, I am indeed alone at last. He was standing in front of this, wasn't he? Is there something...
Alone at last.
Oh, hang on. There's something around here that the game wants me to look at. What is it? Does it do with the candle? No, not the candle. There's something over here, but I don't know what. I'm so confused.
Alone at last.
Hang on. Come on, there's got to be a way of figuring this out. Dum diddy dum diddy dum dum dum. Oh, these are frustrating, these. Right, hold on. Okay, it's that, yes, but I need something for it. What do I need? Is it the ink?
This ink, the inks. This ink, the inks.
Go back into the veranda and look at the napkin on the desk. The napkin. Oh, hang on. What's that?
Apparently, someone wanted to. This horse resembles a large chess piece.
Oh.
There is a message underneath this statue. Let's see.
What a lack of imagination. Use your passion for chess. The last square on which the knight will place himself after having covered all the ones will be the right one. I love you.
This message was written by a woman, but for
Not
whom was it
necessarily.
intended? Interesting, this chess game.
Let's see. Take the horse and get into the chessboard. Right. Thank you for your help, Ace of Riddles. You are the Holmes to my Watson. I think we've cast our Holmes, right? Okay. Right, so. Horsey moves like that. And 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 Okay, well this is interesting. Up there, yeah, there, and there, and there, and there.
That's not right.
Alright, start again. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this is deeply frustrating, isn't it? Let's see.
That's not right.
Right, let's see. If we go diagonal first. Yes, there we are. I mean, I assume these puzzles are designed to make people feel clever, but it's not really happening for me, I'm afraid. Let's see.
That's not right.
Right. Da. Okay. I never was very good at logic puzzles.
That's not right.
No. Okay. Okay. Let's try there to begin with. And then there. And that one. And then that one. And then that one. And then that one. And 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 that one there. And that one over there. That one there.
That's not right.
No. Oh, this is deeply skip.
This last piece should be the good one. It will have to be pulled free. I need...
Right, we need something to pull that free. Okay. I feel like a cheater for doing that, but...
There is nothing on the floor.
Right. Let's see. Need something to pull it free. Anything else in the room? Oh, hang on. Possibly the rope? Could I use the rope? Hang on. Am I overthinking this?
I need...
No, not the rope. Okay, something to pull it free. Let me have a think about this. I'll have a sip of water. Something to pull it free. Okay. Keep thinking someone's walked into the room behind me. Oh. Is there something else here that would aid in pulling up the floor? No, I don't think there is.
I need...
Yes, but what do you need? Pocket knife? Yeah, there we go. My love, what a beautiful... Oh! Oh. Oh dear.
A packet of letters addressed to the Reverend. They were written by a woman who mentions his illegitimate children. Their affair isn't official. Perfect. I have you now, my wayward Reverend.
Ah, that's why he was getting upset. Okay. Well, that explains a lot. So, not anything to do with the bishop. Ah, here we are.
Ah, Watson, you were gone a terribly long time, and Inspector Baines isn't with you.
I'm afraid not, Holmes. We were unable to find him.
Dr. Watson would not allow me to contact any inspector other than this Baines. What manners! I am a man of the church.
My dear Reverend, I notice that you are a chess lover. I trust you will excuse me, but I am never able to resist the appeal of a half-finished game.
You are an expert at chess. Very well, then. What do you want now?
As you might have guessed, resolving your small chess problem has allowed me to discover some very interesting letters.
Letters?
Dear.
What do they say?
Reverend, why hide these letters here and run the risk of the bishop finding them?
Holmes, what's in the letters?
Not now, Watson.
Where else could I have hidden them? My own chambers are too austere. They could offer no cover. I knew, however, that His Excellency, may he rest in peace, would not notice my game.
The contents of the Bishop of Knightsbridge's chest interest me greatly. Give me the elements you hold, Reverend.
Out of the question.
Let's see.
With the bishop no more, you are therefore the apostolic director of the diocese, are you not?
Well, yes, but only until someone else is appointed.
I am certain that the Honourable Bishop of York, whom I have the privilege of knowing well enough for him to listen to what I have to say, would recognise your qualities for the post.
If I receive new responsibilities...
With the bishop no...
Well,
I am...
With the bishop
no more...
Well,
I am...
If I receive new responsibilities, it will be through my faith and devotion, nothing else.
This is very janky. Right.
I'm
Blackmail.
a gentleman, and it would distress me to be obliged to pass this correspondence across to your superiors.
Holmes, I know that the end justifies the means, but allow me to express some reservations about how you are proceeding.
Oh, shut
You
up,
say
Watson.
you're a gentleman, but I hear nothing but the words of a blackmailer. The stems that you are looking for are scattered about this room. Manage by yourself.
Ah, okay. There we are. Right. Now. Am I just going to have to go through every one of these until I get the right one? No, it can't be that straightforward. Hold on. Let's see.
You have no...
Yeah, you said that already. Right. Hang on a minute.
Impossible.
There's got to be a clue around here somewhere as to how to open that, hasn't there?
What should we do next, Holmes?
Thanks for your input, Dr. Watson. See anything in here that might be of use? Ah, there's another one. Okay. Right. Interesting. Oh, dear, these controls, man. Right. We found two lots. One too many lots. Let's see, are there any more about the place? Any in the... No. Mind the body. Let's see. It's got to be more than that, hasn't there? Okay. Anything over here? No. What about in here? Are there any in here? Nope. Aha! Excellent. We have multiple of them now, so that's a good start. Right, now. We're missing one. There should be one more. Somewhere. We looked in here, didn't we? Nothing of any use here. Nothing here. Maybe It is just the 6. Okay, so... Oh, hang on. No, hold on. Oh, right, sorry, I've just worked out how the puzzle goes. Okay. Right, so you get one right, and then it lets you place the next one. And if you get that one right, it then lets you place that, and so on. Oh, come on, really? Can't be that straightforward, surely. It's the bloody night again. It literally is. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, there's got to be one on every line. Right, I see. Right, okay. Yeah, sorry, just figured it out. Right, okay, so... God, this is tedious. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, okay. So there's one more still to find somewhere around the place. I think there needs to be one on each line, but they can't line up. That's what I think is going on there. We're missing a pin, I think. Let's see. Anything over here? No. Give us a hint. We're never going to solve this murder, are we? Oh, hold on. Something over here. Hold on. The stove, maybe? No.
There is blood.
Yeah, I know there's blood on the paperweight, Holmes. Goodness sake. Over here.
You have no right to say.
Yeah, you said. No, I'm completely lost. Right, let's see. Yeah, we're certainly missing a line, aren't we? So there needs to be another one somewhere in the room. And I can't for the life of me work out where it is. Checked in here. Checked properly over here. Hold on.
I cannot leave now.
No. No, I've not cracked the case. What I have done, however, is worked out that there should be another pin somewhere, and I can't find the damn thing. Any thoughts, chat? Because I've searched this room top to bottom. I can't find the damn thing anywhere. That's what I get the feeling Sherlock is doing. He asks, "Oh, there's
You
one."
have won.
Evidently, as I always do. What are you able to tell us about the Bishop of Knightsbridge's last days? Did anyone come to visit him? Did he seem worried, anxious? Do not omit the smallest detail.
His nephew came to see him yesterday at His Excellency's request. I found this visit a little peculiar because the young man rarely visits his uncle.
Oh.
Do you know why that might be? Were they on bad terms?
I don't think so. It's rather a consequence of his work. The young man is employed within the archive section of the Royal Library, which doesn't leave him with a lot of free time.
Do you know the reason for his summons?
No, but the conversation was very heated. It only lasted for a few minutes and ended with the nephew in a terrible rage.
Interesting.
I've answered your questions. Will you now let me contact the authorities?
I'm afraid not, Reverend. Not just yet. All right, now we can open the safe.
Can we, though?
Now I can open the chest.
Ah, there we go. Right.
Here we are. I am eager to discover what remarkable treasure could justify such an act of barbarity.
Extraordinary.
This chest is impenetrable. How is it possible? No one other than the bishop should be able to open it.
You open the chest with disconcerting ease, Holmes.
I've seen and heard quite enough. This time you won't stop me.
Catch him, Watson.
What the?
But why?
Run, Watson. Hurry.
Oh, goodness.
He's escaped. I hope that your motivations are founded, Holmes. I don't much like skirting around the edges of the law like this.
It is annoying. Let's leave without delay.
What have you found in the chest, Holmes? What in there is so precious for these men to commit such terrible acts?
The Reverend was telling the truth. Nothing important was locked inside the chest, apart from a few religious items which are hardly worth stealing.
So, we haven't made any headway. Perhaps the police will.
By the time the police arrive, we shall be a long way from here, Watson. We are leaving.
Oh. My. Okay, we're running away then. Return to Baker Street. So I'm still none the wiser.
We have crossed London at a breakneck speed. We could have knocked someone over, and naturally I had to pay the cabbie out of my own pocket.
Watson, stop complaining. We have to analyze the clues found at the bishop's house.
Okay, let's see.
Tooth marks, rather deep ones. I'd say of incisors and a canine. I haven't finished. I can see something. I can see something. I can see something. I can see something. Tooth marks. Fragments of skin. A phalanx. This finger wasn't cut off. It was ripped off. I can see fragments. Tooth marks. I haven't finished. I can see fragments of
Yeah, we did that.
I can see some. I can see something. I haven't finished my
Yeah, you keep saying that. What can you see?
Black and damp earth under the nail. I haven't finished my analysis. Tooth marks.
Bite marks on this severed finger. I am afraid of the significance.
The thieves didn't get what they wanted. When they were faced with the bishop's refusal to cooperate, one of the gang shook his finger at him to indicate that he was responsible for his unfortunate state.
And the poor man, whose head was the only part of him not bound by ropes, bit the finger violently enough to sever it.
Oh dear.
An uncommonly savage act.
Watson, I am certain that when we have explained the reasons behind this sudden bestiality, we will have revealed a larger part of the mystery. There is something written.
Let's clean
No, I
that.
can't.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. I can see something. I can see some. I can see. I can see some. No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't do that. No, I can't. No, I can't do that. I can see something. I can see. I can see. I can see some. I can see something.
Yes, we know you can see something.
No, no, I can't do that. I can see something. No, I can't. No, I can't do that.
Let's try the brush now.
Ah, I can make out. How many hospitals are there in the Whitechapel area, Watson?
If we count public dispensaries, enough to keep us busy for an entire month. Did this scalpel come from a hospital?
Yes, as the initials WCCH engraved upon it show us.
West
We must think
Chelsea
on how best
something.
to deal with this. We do not have the time to investigate every hospital in Whitechapel.
Okay, Whitechapel Church Hospital or something.
This fragment
or other.
of stone is very smooth, and it seems to be of a peculiar quality. I shall have to strip it. I can see something. No, I can't do that.
Scalpel?
No, I can't do that. No, I can't.
Acid!
No, I can't do that. This stone is... I have cut a small piece off the rope. That should be enough.
Pincers.
A lot of fragments. These small stones resemble the pieces found in the...
Granite painted black. Interesting.
No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Black and damp earth. I must compare the samples of earth that I found. I haven't finished my analysis.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't finished my analysis. This rope is only worn on one side. I must compare the sample. I must compare the sample. I must compare the samples of earth. I must compare the samples of... And if I mix this earth with another... No, I can't do that. Now it must all be stirred.
Stirred with a brush, possibly.
No, I can't do that.
No.
I can see something.
Stir.
I haven't finished my analysis.
Yes, you said. Stirred.
No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that.
How?
I can see something.
Yeah, what can I stir it with? There's nothing to stir with. Is there anything?
I haven't finished my analysis.
Is there anything else in the room that we could stir something with? No, probably not. Oh, look at those three people hanging around on the street outside. I'm enjoying all these cabbies just sitting around not doing anything. Right, stirring implement. Table? Is there a spoon on the table? No. Over here? No. Okay, fine. So clearly it's something we already have. There we are.
The samples of earth
Use the
taken from
scalpel,
beneath the
obviously.
fingernail and from the ropes originate from the same place.
How do you know?
It took just a little water to analyze the consistency. The soil has retained its moisture, even though there hasn't been rain in London for over a week.
This soil could come from the bank of a river, or somewhere where the evaporation is slower. A mine, perhaps, or a trench.
Shut up,
The
Watson.
banks of the Thames are clay soil, unlike our samples, so we can rule that out. The nearest mines are 12 miles away, so I would rule that out also. I would therefore conclude your last theory to be nearer the mark.
A trench?
A pit. Watson, bring me your register of the London hospitals.
Studying the scalpel has given you an idea, then?
Indeed.
I'll get it.
Directory of the London hospitals. We want to go to a bookshelf, presumably. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Directory of London hospitals. Possibly in Watson's room, because he's the doctor, isn't he? So, Strand magazine. Bum bum bum. Newspaper. Shaving equipment. None of these are a directory of hospitals. Directory. Bookshelves.
General practitioner? That won't be of any use to me.
But you are one.
Female anatomy. I should put this book somewhere else.
Oh my goodness me. Right. Books. Books up here, no. Getting vague Jekyll and Hyde vibes. A little bit.
Here is where I...
Yeah, we've done that. This is deeply tedious. Right, hold on, we did that one.
Hospitals and
there.
dispensaries in London. I have found my book, Holmes.
Good. Put it...
Put it on my work table. Is that there?
I have found my book, Holmes.
Good.
I have found...
Good. Put it...
Here is the section showing Whitechapel. I made several notations on these pages during our investigation into the Ripper, which might prove useful. All we need to do is to find a hospital or a public dispensary near a location where pits have been dug and black granite has been used.
It's simplicity itself. I haven't finished my analysis.
Right, rope is only worn on one side. Rope is always used from the same side. No. Rope is used in water and is rotted. Soil is from a pit. Fragment comes from a monument. Painted brack comes from a painted rock. The earthen fragment came from a pit near a monument. The rope. Yes, rope fragment came from a grave. Ah! The Whitechapel Clinic is near a grave. No. Tombstone Factory. No. No. Soil is from a pit. Yes. Rope was always used from the same side. Yes. Used near water and is rotted. The rope is used in a well. No, hold on. Soil is from a pit. Fragment comes from painted rock. Granite wall painted black. Building. No, hang on. What am I missing here? So, rope is only worn on one side. Check. Rope is always used from the same side. Soil is from a pit. The fragment of granite comes from painted rock. The earthen fragment from a pit near a monument. Rope is used to lower something into a pit. A grave.
I am missing some information.
No. Okay.
I am missing some information.
Whitechapel Cemetery. Soil is from a pit. Rope is always used from the same side. The rope is used to look. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Right, let's.
I haven't finished my analysis.
Right, let's think about this. Right, the rope is only worn on one side, so the rope was always used from the same side. The rope is used to lower something into a pit. The soil is from a pit. The earth and stone are from a pit. Near a monument. The fragment.
Now I can make the right decision.
There we go. Right. Okay. Whitechapel near a grave. Near Whitechapel Cemetery.
The public dispensary number 4661.
Got there in the end.
It's just opposite the Whitechapel Street Cemetery.
Yes, Watson. The murderer with the missing finger must work in the cemetery, or at least visit it. He could have taken a rope, one of the type they use to lower the coffins into the graves. The granite is minute particles of tombstone.
Of course it is.
And he only had to cross the road to steal a scalpel from the dispensary opposite.
Excellent.
I need something.
Right, what are we doing now?
We must analyze all our clues, Watson. No, it is unnecessary.
What are we doing then? Analyze the evidence, add liquid from the test tube, use all active agents to work out its characteristics. Okay. There we are. So. Okay, how is this supposed to work? Add liquid from the test tube, use all active agents to work out all of its characteristics. Right, okay, so.
I haven't.
Hang on. Right, okay, so.
I haven't finished.
I'm not following this puzzle at all. Right, okay. Add liquid from the test tube, use all active agents.
I must analyze.
Okay. So 1, 1 and 2. There we are. Right, I see now. So 1, 3 and... Okay, so 2 and 3 of those. Two of those and 3 of the other. And here we go. Good night, DTS Workshops. Nice to see you. Right, 2 green and 1 blue. And finally, 3 of those and 3 of those.
Poison, and apparently very virulent.
Okay. Substance that provokes heightened aggression close to man is death by
Have you
cardiac
been
arrest.
able to isolate the active components, Holmes?
Not with any certainty. This toxic substance surpasses my own knowledge in the field. It is without doubt the work of an expert chemist.
A chemist and a criminal.
Working
As
in
you
a
say,
dispensary,
please find
presumably.
my monograph on poisoners of the last 30 years.
Okay. Monograph on poisoners of the last 30 years. Pigeons! It's always the chemists, indeed.
This bust was...
Okay. No, nothing there. Okay.
The work tech. Holmes is...
Something about poisoners. Ah, there we are. Chemistry.
The work...
According to these documents, Hans Schielmann, known as the Rat Killer, was considered the greatest specialist in chemical poison in the world.
Ooh.
Is he at liberty?
Happily, no. He has been held in the high-security wing of London's Westgate prison for many years now.
Then he cannot be the one who concocted the poison.
Don't dismiss him too quickly, Watson. According to Scotland Yard, the man is exceptionally intelligent. For the greatest criminals, prison is but a mere obstacle. Let's plan a little visit to see Mr. Schielmann tomorrow.
Right. What am I doing now?
Let us look at our deduction board, Watson.
Deduction board. Here we go. Right. So. Bishop Norden himself. Broken flasks of blood on the top. Murderer has made the bishop drink the contents of the flask. Poison. Flask contains a poison that flows around the finger. Bishop tore his aggressive fingers with his teeth. Bishop fought his aggressors savagely. The murderers had poison that causes madness. No, hold on. The bishop went mad. There we are.
Perfect. Well done, Watson. Our board is finished. It confirms that the bishop's murderers work for one person, who, amongst other things, possesses a very sophisticated poison. They therefore act for someone more educated than themselves. You remember Wiggins and his gang, the Baker Street irregulars?
Yes, the street urchins, whom you employ upon occasion, and Wiggins is their leader.
Yes. Well, I have hired their services again. I have instructed them to find out the address of the bishop's nephew.
I think he's here.
Oh,
Hello, Mr. Holmes.
It's
Wiggins,
a
my young
street
friend,
urchin.
have you found the information for which the good Dr. Watson is going to pay you?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, it was easy.
Poor Watson.
Very well, I understand. Here are a few pennies.
Thanks, Dr. Watson. The man you're looking for lives near Kensington.
Does he live alone?
Yes, but he rents a room for an old lady.
Did she see you?
No, Mr. Holmes, no one saw me.
Perfect. Watson, give our young friend another shilling as a reward for his discretion.
Here we go again. But of course... I'm falling
Yes,
asleep,
isn't he?
Holmes. Aren't you tired?
No, I have an exceptional constitution. I can't remember ever having been fatigued by work. Idleness, on the other hand, exhausts me completely. Go to bed, Watson. The night will be short. We leave at dawn.
Dun dun dun.
Wow, this is a real adventure. It's exciting. I like it better than made-up stories. I want to know what happens next. Keep reading. I'm going to.
What of these
I
exceptionally
wanna
annoying
listen
children?
My readers must excuse me if I do not describe in full detail here the terrible images which haunted me that night.
I had a sense that something extraordinary would take place, but I was scarcely prepared for the reality of it.
Interesting. The next
Good
day...
morning, Holmes. Did you get any rest?
I did not attempt to sleep.
Have you managed to come to any conclusions?
This is
I
Sherlock,
think
written by
that we
Chris
might
Chibnall,
follow
apparently,
three
hence the
trails.
massive
We can
captions.
visit Whitechapel to try to discover the identity of the murderers by making inquiries at Dispensary 4661 and at the Whitechapel Street Cemetery.
The poison trail seems more important to me. We should perhaps go to Westgate Prison first to see Hans Schielman.
Yes, and let us not forget the bishop's irascible nephew, whose address we now have, thanks to my Baker Street irregulars. I have located each place on our map of London.
Holmes, let me remind you that we still have not been officially instructed to investigate this affair.
Ah, well, we will just have to hide that small detail.
Right, well then. So, I think we head to... let's see...
Westgate
Prison, first of all. And see what we can find.
Here we are at the famous Westgate Prison, one of the oldest and surest in the kingdom.
I've heard that it is soon going to be demolished. Don't you find it strange that it still houses criminals as dangerous as Hans Schielman?
It's going to
There's
be
nothing
demolished,
strange
and yet
about
it has an electrical
The name of
junction
this
box.
prison is linked with numerous failed escape attempts. As long as it stands, the criminals will fear it.
Good morning, gentlemen. Are you expected?
No, but we wish to meet with one of your prisoners, Hans Schielman.
Can't see that being
I'm
allowed.
afraid that at the moment that is impossible. Access to the cells is controlled strictly. You can't go there without permission from the director.
Then would you be so good as to announce us? I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson.
The famous Holmes and Watson. What an honour. My name is Brighton. Frank Brighton. I'm afraid that I can't announce you. I'm not allowed to leave my post, under any circumstances.
Oh.
But I'm sure that the director won't refuse to see you, even without an appointment. Do you see the corridor behind the reception? Follow it to the secretary's office. You'll find him there.
Thank you, Warden Brighton. One last thing. Hans Schielman received any visits lately?
None. And I'm sure because I've dealt with receiving visitors for several weeks now. I volunteered because it's a calm post to be in. We don't get many visitors and it gives me time to write. Just like you, Dr. Watson. I enjoy literature and the...
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
That was very impolite, Holmes. That man admires our work. You could have given him...
Another time. Let's go and meet the director of the prison.
Right. Here we go.
Sorry, but this area is...
We must see the...
Yeah, alright. Prison director. Which way was he? Here we are. He's going to be down here, isn't he? This feels more like cells and such.
Let us go to the secretary's office.
There we are. Secretary! Hello, secretary!
Good morning, miss.
Oh, excuse me, I dropped off. Good morning, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We would like to talk to the director.
I'll just go and see if he can receive you.
Tiredness, pale face, stiffness. I believe that the young lady is expecting a happy event.
It would seem so.
Rude.
This small rack is for urgent letters to be given immediately to the director.
Let's have a quick rummage through the desk.
This charming secretary is Miss Jenny Patterson. Hot tea.
See anything else to be gleaned from in here? No, I don't believe so.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Thanks for all your assistance. It's been invaluable. Dun. I feel like we should be doing more than just wandering around in this office. Hot tea. Oh, hold on.
The director's office, Mr. P. Patterson. No need to go in there. Strange. The director and the secretary have the same name.
I'm delighted to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I am Paul Patterson, director of this establishment. You wish to talk to me? I hope this unexpected visit isn't to announce bad news.
No, do not worry. We are investigating an affair of the highest importance, one which could potentially affect the security of the kingdom. Therefore, it is imperative that we interview one of your prisoners, Hans Schielmann.
Hans, the rat killer? He's been in here for a long while now, and he's had no contact with the outside. How could he be involved in such an affair?
That is what we would like to find out.
And you have been commissioned by Scotland Yard?
Evidently.
Very well. I have complete confidence in you, Mr. Holmes. I will draw up a pass that you should give to Warden James in the guardroom. He will show you to the cells.
Thank you, Director.
Keep me informed of your progress. And if there is anything else, don't hesitate to let me know.
We shall certainly do so.
Miss Patterson, you have the same name as the director. Are you related?
Come, Watson. Anyone who might have made the slightest study of anthropology would have noted the similarities between the young lady and her father.
Mr. Holmes is right, I am his daughter, but he doesn't like to talk about it. I think he's afraid of being accused of favoritism.
That must be why he has given you an engraved nameplate on your desk.
If you must try out your powers of seduction, then what do you say about using them on the rat killer? Oh, goodbye, miss.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Right, let's go and talk to the guard again. Dum dee 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 dum. Da 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 dee da do. That is definitely going to be needed later.
It is about the exit door.
Sorry, sirs. I'm on duty.
But we have a pass now.
Sorry, sirs.
Oh, do we need to go in here?
Ah, you've got a pass for the high...
Door at the end, okay.
My name is Peter James, Chief Warden, and this is Deputy Warden O'Sullivan.
I imagine I will find Hans Schielmann behind these bars in the basement.
Yes, the high security cells are down there.
Is this the only access?
Yes, there was a second door at the end of the main hall, but it's been blocked up as a security measure.
Thank you, Chief Warden.
At your service. If you require further information, Warden Mackenzie will help you. He's at his post in the basement.
Okay, cool.
Tell me about the prisoners, Warden James.
We only have a few. As you might be aware, the days of this place are numbered. Therefore, we no longer receive new prisoners. Those who are already here are among the most dangerous in London. We have 3 at the moment. Hans the Rat Killer and the Flint Brothers.
The Flint Brothers?
Yes, 2 rather simple-minded maniacs who detest one another despite their relation. They massacred their parents and decapitated their neighbours. It took more than 9 policemen to overpower them.
Oh, goodness me.
Mr. Holmes, I am a huge admirer of yours. I have followed all your cases and successes with the greatest interest.
What enthusiasm. Have you ever thought of a career in the police force?
Have I thought about it? It's my dream. And I'm going to try my chance once this establishment closes down. I'm studying hard for the examination to get into police school.
See you later.
Right, goodbye everybody. Right, let's go down into the cells. Oh, hold on.
This device must be the alarm.
Interesting. Let's go down into here.
Here's the famous high security area.
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
Good morning, Warden. I have a pass which allows me to speak with prisoner Hunts.
Very well. It is the cell at the end to your left.
Okay. Right. This is rather grim, isn't it? Goodness me. So at the end to the left. Oh, that'll be you then.
Hans Schielman, I require some information from you.
So, who do we have here? The celebrated Sherlock Holmes himself. Do you know that for all the time I have spent rotting in here, you are my first and only visitor?
Oh dear.
I think this is cause for celebration. A confrontation between two geniuses, two extraordinary minds.
I am afraid that you are not quite as great a chemist as you believe you are, Mr. Schielman. I will not say that you never were. No, it was certainly true once. But you see, while you are whiling away your days in here, it appears that someone on the outside is at the point of surpassing you, if that is not already the case.
Yes, I heard about that. A chemical poison that eats away at the flesh and provokes hysteria. I recognize talent when I see it, but it's only a matter of time before I win back my laurels. Believe me.
What can you tell me?
That depends on what you can bring to me.
What do you want?
Do you know why I am treated so harshly? For my meals, I am given nothing but a hunk of bread. And even then, not just any sort.
Get to the point.
Never interrupt me!
Oh!
Where was I? Oh, yes, the bread. Did you know that with a little rye yeast, a pinch of moss, certain cockroach secretions, just enough light and damp, with a few other ingredients that I will keep quiet about, I succeeded in poisoning half the staff here. Unfortunately, a little something was omitted, which would have made the results fatal. Instead, it merely caused acute attacks of stress and powerful hallucinations.
This guy's pleasant.
Even so, I got a great laugh out of watching them cry like babies when they saw their most primitive fears materializing before them.
You are a monster, Mr. Schielman.
Thank you.
It wasn't a compliment.
But of course it was! You others, you ordinary, narrow-minded people, you are afraid of anything that you cannot comprehend. You call me a monster because what you find impossible to face is just the slightest fraction of my genius. If by monster you mean someone who is nothing like you, then it is a compliment.
Oh dear God. Right. Pen.
What do you need?
Very little. Just something to write with. You see, my brain races like an engine with too many thoughts. I see them crackle and explode into thousands of formulae right in front of me. What a torture not to be able to write them down. What a hell to see them vanish just as quickly as they appear to me.
Okay,
just
so it's
bring
a fetch
me something
quest.
that I can write with.
That's all. That seems an easy enough request to fulfill.
But listen, I don't want a vulgar inkwell and a pigeon's feather. No, I need material fit for my talent. I want my ink pen. Bring it to me,
I
and I will be
see.
happy to pass on to you a little of my knowledge of modern chemistry.
Where is it?
It was confiscated upon my arrival here. I suppose it might be in my locker, in the locker room.
Right.
Leave me now, and don't come back without my ink pen. See you soon, Mr. Holmes.
Well then. Well, on that note, I think that is a good place to leave this. I've enjoyed this in a slightly naff kind of a way. It's it's quite good in a slightly odd sort of a way. Yeah, I think I'll play this again in the future on the channel. Because I've enjoyed this immensely. So, yes, we shall return to the Testament of Sherlock Holmes at some point. Maybe in a couple of weeks or next week. We shall see. But in the meantime, I'd like to thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic week. We'll be back next week doing something, maybe this, maybe something else. I'm hoping my IKEA bits will turn up at some point, so I can sort out the model train drawer, so that might be next week. But yes, anyway. Right, good night everybody. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Try not to be too depressed about the state of the world. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Love you guys. Bye!